Yo, what's up? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Uh yeah, I got 2024 was a blessed year for me, man. Lots and lots of blessings. I went through a very tough um ending of 2023 with a really bad accusation, Leviathan Jezebel attack. Through my studies, it was more of a Leviathan attack than a Jezebel attack because it was twisting words and motives. And I feel like because I didn't resort to violence or pettiness, God rewarded me with 2024. Um, the whole witnessing the whole pregnancy of my son, the birth of my son made me reevaluate uh, relationships, period. Because we're put here to be fruitful. You know what I mean? And life does start before the baby comes out. Um, because of that, God tugged on my heart and I got married. But it didn't happen like that. Like everything was cool. Um, I had one good fight and actually got into the best shape of my life. I upped my road work from 4 to 8 miles to 8 to 15 miles. Doing hill sprints, running 6 minute miles. I was actually thinking about competing in a half marathon, which I might do this year. I upped my competitive runs to three this year instead of two. Um, but with that being said, after being in the best shape of my life, excuse my language, I got the worst ass whooping of my life, and it made me think. Uh, I had to start praying. I'm like, God, like, what happened? Is this for me or why is this going on? And God spoke to me. God was like, I have to embarrass you because you're embarrassing me. You know what I mean? You out here living in fornication, still hanging on to your ungodly associations. So since you're embarrassing me, I gotta embarrass you. So I started cleaning everything, looking at why I do what, and I mean it took over time, and during that time, I got married, and I'm not gonna lie, like when I pray now and I pray boldly, it comes. I've always been a good prayer, and I've seen other prayers manifest, but since all of this happened, like my spirit tells me what to pray, what to ask for, what to believe in, what system to put down to get that as well, and it comes to pass. But um, I called this my page, the Fourth Watch Warrior. Um, it was in prison at the end of my term, about 2011. I started waking up at 3:33 every morning. It got so bad when I would wake up out of my sleep, um, I would wait a second. I'll look at the clock and it'll be 3:33. When I got to the halfway house, I embraced this time, and so I would get up and I would get ready for work, and I just lay back down till it was time to catch the bus. Um, and then as I started kickboxing, I would use that time to get up and run. In one season of my life, I had a full gym in my living room, and I would do my workout. I'll do my squats, do the bench, do whatever. Um, God will put different things in my spirit over time, and different stories, and in the Gospels, like whenever Jesus, when he walked on water, he was doing the fourth watch. Um, when Jacob wrestled with the man, he was doing the fourth watch. When Jesus calmed the storm, it was doing the fourth watch. So spiritually, it's a time for confidence, for preparation. I notice, well, I don't never wake up late anyway. Waking up late for me is at 5 a.m. You know what I mean? But Um, when I missed the fourth watch, and this is crazy because this happened this year, uh, uh, due to a long time of no work. Uh, I know I was getting up at 5, really moving around at 6, but my typical morning program is I wake up about 3, depending on if I got to be to work at 6 or how far I got to drive. I try to be hydrated, stretched out, and running no later than 3:10. I know that sounds the same, but it's programming for me. Um, but at least I try to be up and physically active before 3:30, whether it's shadow boxing, doing my calisthenics, doing my abs, um, or whatever. But I always conclude my fourth watch activities with a prayer. I call it my altar. It's a basketball court that can help me win several fights whenever I've had situations with my daughter's mom. I've prayed through that whenever I had situations at work. I prayed through that, and I've gained so much confidence at this court. I just embrace it. And this past year, I've made that my altar. This past year, I've added giving praise before I start asking for stuff. You know, I got into a really bad car accident. The back end of that didn't happen right away. The back end of that, I got a brand new car. My credit score got bumped up because my car got paid off early. Um, but and it softly put about $2,000 in my pocket that helped go towards a new car. But it could have been all bad, man. Like I had all the babies in the back seat. My son-in-law, my son, who was only 2 months old. Not even. He was only a month old. And no kid is better than the next kid, but like he was the most delicate. And my daughter, and like this dude just smashed into me. Like he was speeding, and I guess forgot a car was in front of him and just hit me. But uh, I started giving praise. But during that time of no work, I noticed like I wasn't present during the fourth watch. And when I wasn't present, like the apartments complex felt eerie. It felt creepy. Um, I noticed my fear grew more through the day. My doubt grew more through the day. You know, when I would wake up on the fourth watch, and it's crazy because a couple times um, last year I woke up at during the third watch, and the third watch is the midnight hour. Uh, it's when a lot of chaos happens, and I'm gonna tell you, like the midnight hour. It was a few times I had to go to work. I had to start work at 4, which means I had to get up at 2, which means I had to do my working out in the 2 o'clock hour. It's way different. Getting up running at 2, even though it's only an hour, at 2 o'clock, the police are still out. There's still a lot of activity. The homeless people are moving around. It's a lot of riffraff. I ran past, because it was summertime, I ran past a couple gang members, having they smoke sessions or whatever in the park and in apartment complexes. Uh, it's things are still kind of live. And think about it, like from being a former gang member myself, like that's really when most ish pop off, like club pop off, shootings, all that, because the club died down, and that's time to get active. You know what I mean? Um, Especially 3 to 4, uh, 3 to 4, sometimes 3 to 5. Nothing is moving. It's calm. It's quiet. Even though it's that early in the morning, anything sticks out like a sore thumb. There's no stray dogs running. Might see, if I'm out, it take me roughly an hour to run 9 to 10 miles. And I normally don't do that on my morning runs. I normally say that for my weekend runs. But I might see a total of 5 cars. I could zigzag down main streets like this. There's no traffic at all. You know what I mean? And it's real calm. It's a good time to connect to God. The whole fourth watch is from 3 to 6, but the closer you get to 5 is now people coming, getting ready to go to work. The closer you get to 6, it's decent traffic. It's not as bad as 6 to 7, but it's decent traffic. Uh, you got people coming in and out their house, but from 3 to 5, but really 3 to 4 is silence. It's solitude. You know what I mean? And I've really embraced it this year. I've been getting up for a decade at this time, but really, I said so many prayers this year that I got answers specifically. I got so many answers to questions I asked at this time specifically. Um, you know, the motivation and the realization of my failures and being held back, or even why sometimes it seemed like I would get blessed, but it was a catch to it, was answered to me at this time. Um, Getting out of the spiritual sense, Bruce Lee talks about the morning. He's real into water. He's real into identity. The water doesn't try to be water. It's already water. It don't have to try to drown you. It will drown you. If you're hot, it will cool you off. You know what I mean? In the mornings, water is very calm. It is in that moment you don't try to do something, you just do it. When you try to be powerful, you're weak. When you try to be fast, you're slow. Just relax. Relax. And that's another reason before I got more spiritual, I embraced waking up so early, because after my workout, the rest of the day just eases out. I could sit, watch some TV, eat breakfast, not in a rush. I still got an hour and a half to go to work. If, excuse my language, the shits hit me, I could do it in peace. I don't gotta run to the bathroom and push it out and try to get worried about a hemorrhoid, and I got 5 minutes to get to the car. Like, nah. You could ease into your day. You're more prepared when you ease into your day. When your mind is right, you're more easy. Instead of rushing, the more you rush, the more you forget, physically and mentally. The more you forget. When you ease into things, even if you don't know the answer right off the top of your head, because your mind is in a relaxed state, because you're coming from a relaxed state, you're able to think clearer and answer clearer, more effectively. And so I really embraced that, and realizing all of the wins I've had in the fourth watch, particularly between 3 and 4, then 3 and 5, but anytime before 6, I've noticed the difference at when these prayers are thrown up. But that's why I decided to change it from a G thing to this. G thing was only a temporary name anyway, because I wanted the spirit to give to me, and that's what the spirit gave to me this year. But happy New Year, man, and of course we all write our plans for the upcoming year. I actually use the fall to prepare for the new year, because to me, from Thanksgiving to New Year's, think about it, you're really in a party state. That's when all of the college football's popping, NFL is popping, basketball is on. You have any and every reason to call off and drink. And deeper than that, you can call off and not even be questioned by your boss, especially from Thanksgiving to New Year. Let me tell you something, man. My boss shook my hand today. Normally, you got to take time off 3 weeks in advance. The other day, and he was like, he was like, we got another short week. He like, you gonna take off Thursday? And I'm gonna come to work. But like they would never offer you a day to take off. You know what I'm saying? Like little blessings like that happen in that time period. And January really slaps you in the mouth, because from going from like, half foot on the gas, really no traffic like that, no sense of urgency. When January hit, there's no reason to take off. It's cold as shit. Uh, and everything is back full circle. And a lot of people struggle in January. So I like to build on my plan back September, October, and once November come, what I've planned in those 2 months, I start executing in um November and December. So that way, January is really like March to me. You know what I mean? Had to leave my son start making some noise, but it's just a good time. But like I said, I don't make New Year's resolutions, man. Like uh, some things you can't control. Everybody's gonna be up at one point, especially with taxes right around the corner. Uh, Man, you might get on a good spurt at work, and then things bad are gonna happen. People's gonna die. You're gonna get irritated. You might get laid off. Certain shit you can't control, but what you can control is your perception of things and how you react to things, and that's really what I want you guys to focus on: how to react to certain things, keeping your mind set aside, keeping your mind straight. And that is a suggestion of why you guys should wake up at this time. You could take all your issues up in prayer, or you could even plan your day out that much that much better. But yeah, like I said, man, happy New Year, man. It's a blessing. I'm gonna upload more content, but I was gonna do this video yesterday, but I was like, nah. I'm gonna let the Kobe year pass away. I'm Me and my family. This is the year to thrive. Like, instead of, oh, God bless me with this, bless me with that. Yeah, He will bless you with this, but it's a strong possibility that's gonna dwindle away, and you're gonna hit hard times. You know what I'm saying? Or like you might go through a famine or a hard time now that's really gonna give you the wisdom in the game to where you won't have that season no more. So that like that's why like I'm real sensitive on making yearly plans, because I don't know what options might be given to me 6 months from now. And another thing is I've always, oh man, this is gonna be my year. This is gonna be my year as a fighter. I'm gonna try to fight in March. Things happen, and it don't play out like that. But you got to keep the same mindset. So that's why I just try to go season by season, week by week. I want to say, you know what I'm saying? But y'all keep it kosher, man. Happy New Year. Blessings to everybody and success going on into New Year, and just stay positive and keep your mind sharp.